Good morning. I hope you're doing fine. My name is Maria, and today I'm going to talk to you about our integrated essay on Lady Windermere Fan by Oscar Wilde. The play on Lady Windermere Fan by Oscar Wilde is about appearance. Appearance is the set of features that a person appears to possess but does not, as the way to express and relate to the outside world. It is also known as the external side of someone. For years, we have been taught the importance of maintaining a good appearance because it seems good value and even as a parameter to meeting someone. If a person does not have a good appearance, either economically, physically, or socially, people don't even try to know that person because appearances are an extension of our personality. Lady Windermere fan is about Lady Windermere who arranges roses in her room in London. She has a conversation with Lord Darlington and refuses to believe a rumor. She throws a party and confesses her sadness to her friend. Lady Windermere decides to write a farewell letter. She escaped from her home, but she changed her mind when she remembered her son. Lady Windermere returned to her house and tried to live quietly with her husband. Blackmailing refers to a threat or defamation that is made against someone with the aim of obtaining some benefit from him. These acts may also involve the use of threats of physical, mental, or emotional harm against the person or someone close to them. In general, blackmailing consists of demanding money in exchange for doing any harm to the blackmailer. Blackmailing is shown by Mr. Wilde, when Lady Erline threatened Lord Windermere, saying that if he doesn't give her money, she will destroy her reputation. I mean, the reputation of his wife. Also, another topic we have marital distrust. That is the absence of trust in a relationship. It is the lack of security regarding the couple that generates doubts, whereas coexistence, and is one of the main reasons why relationships end. The distrust hurts your heart and makes it impossible to fully connect with your spouse. An evidence of marital distrust is when the writer shows that Lady Windermere doesn't believe what Lord Windermere is telling her about Miss Erland. And true love is a feeling of affection and inclination towards someone which well. True love includes respect, admiration, care. You have a fear and unbreakable devotion to your partner. Someone who is really in love with someone else has the power to sacrifice himself for who he wants. He can forget his happiness and is willing to give it to the other person that he really loves. Really love is shown in the play when Lord Windermere accepts to give money to Miss Erline in order to avoid hurting his wife and their reputation. Sorry. Literary devices are visible in the play as irony. People can see in the beginning in the story when Lady Windermere is opposed to inviting Lady Erline to her birthday party, and Lord Windermere firmly insists to invite her. But at the end of the story, Lady Windermere wants to make friends with Miss Erline, but Windermere doesn't want to make her friend anymore. He doesn't want to know about her either. Another literary device is similar when Dombey says, it is no use talking to Toppy. You might just as well talk to a brick wall. And the reader could see or will be able to see another literary devices like a metaphor that is used when the play says, we are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. The play Lady Windermere Fan by Oscar Wilde is about Lady Windermere who suspects that her husband is having an affair with another woman. In the play, you can see, people can find some things that are related to our daily life, like blackmailing, which refers to the demanding money in exchange for not doing any harm to another person. Blackmailing is shown in the play when Lady Erline threatened Lord Windermere, saying that if he doesn't give her money, she will destroy the reputation of his wife. Also, we have marital distrust, which is an absence of trust in a relationship. An evidence of that is when the writer shows that Lady Windermere does not believe doesn't believe what Lord Darlington is telling about Miss Erline. And we can see true love, that is the feeling of affection and inclination towards someone who is wished well. It is seen in the play when Lord Windermere accepts to give money to Miss Erline in order to avoid hurting his wife, and their reputation. The author wants to teach us that it's better to live for yourself than to live according to the expectation of the others. Literary devices are visible in the play. For example, irony is seen in the first act when Lady Windermere is completely opposed, inviting Lady Erland to her party, and at the end of the story, Lord Windermere doesn't want to know anything about Lady Erline, but Lady Windermere wants to make her friend. Another literary device is simile. It is shown when Dumpy says, it is not used talking to topic, you might just as well talk to a brick wall. And we have metaphor, which is presented when Lord Windermere says, we are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. I agree with the point of view expressed by the author when he says that there are moments when one has to choose between living life fully and completely or taking out of life bad and false things that are demanded by the world. As living beings, we must decide what is best for ourselves. If we are going to stop listening to rumors or if we are going to continue living as we wish. Life's too short and it is one. We must to have the will to enjoy it as we decide and no way to satisfy others because at the end of the day, everyone is the owner of their own destiny. So thank you. Now it's going to be the part of my partner, Francia.
Okay, thank you, Maria. And I'm Francia Toribio. Now I read my essay. And the story Lady Windermere, written by Oscar Wilde, is about an infamy. Its common usage is the notorious and gained from a negative incident or reputation, the state of being known for some back missing informations, but this may be true or false. And many times the bad reputation is accompanied by life or blasphemous. as is the case, the Duchess would would do to see to speculations. Told Lady Windermere that her husband is cheating of her with a Mr. Elaine. The play of Lady Windermere's fan is about a Lord Windermere's. The difference events are the Lady Windermere's birthday, the Duchess' statement of the Lord Windermere, cheating on his wife Margaret, um, with Miss Erline, the Lord Darlington, declaration of his feeling toward Lady Windermere, the letter Lady Windermere writes to her husband, and Lady Windermere gift of the fan to her mother, and the others. And the some topics into the essays are defamation, the principle of defamations, is the ideal of communicating false statements about a person that injure the reputations of that person. And examples of this is when the Duchess tell Lady Windermere that her husband is cheating of her without um, longing to consequence that world brain. So the sin is an immortal act considered to be transgressions against divine law. And sin is all that is tender, a lie and gossip trust we command verbally or physically damage. And one example in this history is when the Margaret or Mr. Alliance leave her family for the lies that the others causes and leaves her husband for another man. Also, the confusions is a situation with people don't understand what is happening, what they should do, or help someone. So I consider it a problem or shadows. One example is the Lady Windermere fans. When Lady Windermere writes a letter without knowing what is really going on between her husband and Mr. Airline. And the history present a literary device like a metaphors. An example of that we can observe from Lord Darlington is the world will represent that human darkness or evil, while the star refer to goodness, or a hope in a response or comment from Dumbit. Other is the author indicating that he will no longer speak better of the woman. The plus is no one is really what they seen, and the story Lady Windermere had healed the life of the ancient time when the social class is the most important, but belonging to his war will be in the side for in the side of everyone, or missing informations. Infamy and life never ceases, and above all the betrayal of those who they are by your side. And never judge, judge anyone without knowing who the person really is, because the different or where they are going, or our speculations that without care due to certain evidence that prevent us from seeing clearly and the reality of them. Finally, in this story, Lady Windermere, I agree with the author. He demonstrated all the events from that time with the most of whole being at high level. Do not look for further, just looking to call our parents about what that happened, such as the destroyer of a home or dictionary who is better than the other between and the woman and man because he lived in that time. In my opinion, I like the story is very interesting and have a good message. We cannot make a decision with the first investigations because they can write as a future problems that we will regret, and we will have to like with the deals that we didn't want. Thank you for attention.
Thank you to you, Francia. Bye-bye.